So if you're thinking about new construction here in Palm Beach, Florida, if that's the case, this video is for you. This week we are going to check out the master planned community of Arden. My name is Fernandez. I'm with Living in Palm Beach, Florida, powered by eXp Realty. Welcome. If this is your first time to our channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button there over in the corner. While you're at it, ring that bell. What that'll do is that'll help notify you each time we put out new videos. We put out new videos every single week. So if you're wondering what it's like to eat, sleep, and drink here in South Florida, if that's the case, this channel is for you. My family and I relocated to this beautiful part of the world we call South Florida, and we haven't looked back. Today, we truly find honor to help people, perhaps like you, do exactly the same thing. We have helped so many people move here to South Florida, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about relocating to this part of the world, and you're not really sure what to do, you're not sure what the process is, you have some questions, well, there's a couple of ways to get a hold of us. Down below is our email address. That's one great way. Also on the screen there, you see our phone number. You can either call or text that number. Two great ways is in a description and the comments section, there's a link. Click on that link. What that'll do is that'll help set up some time for us to speak either through a phone call or through a Zoom, whichever way you feel most comfortable. In any case, we have your back when it comes to relocating to here to sunny South Florida. This week, we're gonna look at one of the big master plan communities here in Palm Beach, Arden. We're gonna go over the pros and the cons of moving to Arden in Loxahatchee, Florida. I'll start off with one of the pros right off the bat. Look at the clubhouse. The amenities here at Arden are probably some of the best amenities in any master plan, in any community in Palm Beach County. They're so elaborate. When all is said and done here at Arden, there will be 2,500 homes, and there's a ton of ground. As you can see, the lake behind me, you can actually go fishing off some of these lakes. There is if you look over in the background there are canoes. You can either buy your own canoe and park it there or rent the canoes. So when it comes to Arden, there is a ton to do, and the amenities, and we'll go over more of it, are incredible. And that's one of the pros when moving to Arden in Loxahatchee, Florida. So one of the cons when it comes to moving to Loxahatchee, Florida is it's a little bit out of the way. When you're in Arden, you are all the way west down Southern Boulevard, which is one of the main thoroughfares through Palm Beach, Florida. In fact, it's probably the most west you can go before you start wanting to head to the west coast of Florida. So, and in between here, Arden, and let's say Wellington, which is where some of the schools, more on that later, where some of the schools are districted for, there's a good 8 miles. Well, maybe not 8, but close to it. There's a bit of a distance, and there was not a lot there in between. So this slowly but surely building. So one of the cons is if you move to Arden, you need a little bit of patience to wait for a lot of the infrastructure to come out to this part of the county. One of the pros when it comes to living here in Arden, in Loxahatchee, Florida, is the pool. The pool is one of the nicest pools I found in the community. It's one of the biggest ones. We have lots of big pools here in Palm Beach in terms of community pools. If you go to Westlake, they have the Adventure Park. They have the slides in the Adventure Park. Here, what's unique about what they do here is they have the waterfall, as you can see in the background. It makes for a really a tranquil area. Here we are on a Saturday morning, and there's still not a whole lot of people here. You know, the community is about halfway built. As I mentioned, it's going to be about 2,500 people when all said and done. This is one of the major master plan communities in our area. So if you're looking at master plan communities, the ones people focus on are Westlake, Arden, and Avenir. So continuing with the pool, you can see it has a beach entrance. They make it very friendly for whether you're an older person that does not have kids. If you want to sit away from everything, they have an area up there. If you look way up there, they have what they call like a tranquil area. So if you want to read a book and just be quiet, they actually have signs that tell you to be quiet. So if you want to be away from everything and have a little of a tranquil afternoon, that is where you go. That's right above the gorgeous waterfalls they have here. If you have kids and you want the kids to be playing with other kids, you have all this going on here. And also that beach entrance. So what I find is good about that is if you have young kids who are not really strong swimmers per se, at least not yet, you'll see the parents hang out down that end. This way the kids can sort of ease into going into the pool. So it makes it very safe when it comes to using the swimming pool here in Arden in Loxahatchee, Florida. One of the cons when it comes to moving to Arden is, well, the amount of the builders that you can choose from. I was just talking to my friend over here, Dave. He's lived here 3 years, and he said, I wish that there were more builders out here. And when I first started selling in here, when I first started looking at this community is about 4 years old. There were about 5 builders. They have a lot of it has consolidated. There have been builders that have come in and out of here. D.R. Horton's one. They built some smaller homes towards the entrance. They're no longer here. Kennedy Homes was here at one time. They're no longer in business. So right now there's only a couple of builders left. The good news is one of the builders, and we'll look at their model homes in a little bit later, is GL Homes. That's one of the pros when it comes to moving to Arden is we have a new builder, and the name is GL Homes, and GL Homes is considered by many people a high-end builder. I'll go one further when it comes to GL. If you look at the GL communities in the southern part of the county, their homes are about $1 million. You do not have to spend $1 million here at Arden. You can get homes. They have quick delivery homes, which we'll get into later. They have quick delivery homes that are in the sevens. Their base price of their homes start in about $600. The lot prices are very reasonable. So you can get the same type of home here in Arden with that builder than what people are paying $1 million in the southern part of Palm Beach County. So one of the cons when it comes to moving to Arden is, well, I'm not sure if this is a con. One of the things that people do say is there's not enough of the amenities for the amount of people here. So to combat that, the community is building a second clubhouse like this, believe it or not. That's going to be able to take over the other parts of the communities that have not yet to be built. So they're going to do that. They're also going to do, I'm going to show you the working farm in a little while. They have a very unique situation here with the working farm. That'll be one of the pros later. But they are going to duplicate all that we see here over on the other end of Arden. So one of the cons is that it's not quite there, but on the positive side, it will be coming here to Arden in Loxahatchee, Florida. One of the pros when it comes to moving to Arden is there is just a whole lot of stuff when it comes to events. If you look at, you can see there's a birthday party getting ready to start right behind me. They do events here all the time. I like communities that have an active schedule. It's not a 55 and older community. Lots of times you look at 55 and older communities and they'll be loaded with events. This is not one of them. This is an all-age community, and they have lots of events. So when moving to Arden, one of the pros is the amount of things that you have to do here in Arden. One of the cons when it comes to moving to Arden is hurricanes. So it's not specific to Arden per se, but I gotta tell you, if you don't live in Florida and you don't know about it, we do get hurricanes, as you probably hear in the news. One of the bad parts of the side effect of that is that because we are susceptible to hurricanes, although we haven't had any real scares here in 2022 yet, is that it does make the cost of homeowners insurance higher. So if you live in another part of the country, chances are if you move here to South Florida, you will be spending more money when it comes to hurricane insurance. One of the pros when it comes to moving to Arden is, look at the beauty of this. This is one of the most beautiful areas. We are so far west of a lot of Palm Beach that they have the room to do this. They have lots of biking trails. They have butterfly gardens. The amenities are endless. It's a very, very golf cart friendly community. There's not a golf course per se on the community, But people take their golf carts everywhere. So if you live out that way in some of the homes, whether your builder is a GL or any of the other builders, you can take your golf cart in through the roads. They have sidewalks for them, and they have an area to park it right in front of here in the amenity center, which they sometimes call the lake house, and they sometimes call it the welcome center. But in any event, very golf cart friendly. And if you want walking and jogging and all that kind of outdoor stuff, this is a community you need to consider. If you're interested in buying here in Arden, reach out to our team, of course. But I got to say this: when it comes to buying new construction in anywhere in the country, but definitely here in Palm Beach and in Arden, it is important that you get independent representation. What does that look like? That means you have a realtor help fighting for you when it comes to purchasing your home. If you go directly to the builder, you are essentially going directly to the seller to buy the home, and the people that you are working with, well, they work for the builder. They are employees of the builder. So if you want someone who is independent, that will guide you in a direction that has your interest in mind, you really do want a realtor to help you get independent representation. The cost to you to have independent representation is nothing out of your pocket. It is the builder that pays us, and the reason why they're comfortable doing it, the reason why they want to do that, when they're relocation realtors like myself, they want us to introduce people like yourself who possibly will be becoming new homeowners in the very near future. Our team provides so much value when it comes to helping you throughout the whole process in buying a home. I have a transaction coordinator team that they will keep the builder accountable. You need that. We'll make sure that they're keeping to their timelines, that they're communicating with us. We'll look over the contracts. We'll be there for your drywall inspection. We'll be there for your walkthrough. We'll be there for all the important parts when it comes to buying a new home here in South Florida. One of the pros when it comes to living here in Arden is, well, if you're looking at homes now, because this community is about 4 years old, if you're looking at homes now, there are existing homes on the market. So the builders now, I find, and this is good for you as a buyer, I find are competing with the existing inventory on the market. So it holds the builders certainly more accountable. So we have had success with people looking here in Arden at the existing home market. We didn't see that in years past. But now that the market's become more normalized, we're seeing some inventory of people coming to the market who, let's say these people, hypothetically speaking, bought a home a couple years back and their job is now transferring them to another state. Well, what are they going to do? They have no choice but to sell their home. So we are finding that creates opportunities for buyers that want to buy here in this community of Arden. Reach out to our team. We'd love to show you, what's available at that time. And it's certainly one of the elements that can help you when buying a home here, in new construction home in Palm Beach, Florida. One of the pros when it comes to buying a home here in Arden is, you can see over here, there are homes being built out there. They manage the process very well of the construction. They could have sold this community out already, but because of supply shortages and whatnot, they just don't let every builder start building like crazy. So they are managing this process very well. Those homes are being built. There are other areas in the community that haven't even been started yet. If you go to the other side of Arden, where they're building the new clubhouse and the new farm, they haven't even touched it. So I'd say one of the pros when it comes to moving to Arden is you won't be bombarded with construction, and it's being handled in a very manageable fashion. So when you sit here on the top of the decking here at Arden at the clubhouse, it is a great view. This is the entire pool area. It gives you a great overview of the pool from here. That's where you see the birthday party, the lake, and you can see the brilliant waterfalls here. Let's take a look at it. The other area I want to introduce you to here is they have like a little sports area. So if you want to, like tomorrow's Sunday and you want to watch a little football, this is where people will get together. And as a community, it's one of the best things about living in a community like this. You get to meet a lot of your neighbors, and you can perhaps watch a little football out here. They have an area out here for barbecuing, so that's great. This is and I have to be careful because this is what they call the tranquil area. So if you want to read a book and just be a little bit more quiet, this is the area you would sit in. One of the things I need to mention in terms of the amenities, downstairs here, they have a full-fledged fitness center. So the HOA is only $280. It includes these amenities. It includes the farm, which we're going to see in a minute, and it includes an incredible gym. So if you spend like $80 a month on an LA Fitness, here you can just pretty much just use their gym. I know where I live, I use mine. It saves me a bunch of money. So your amenities, although the amenities people say, well, that's going to cost me this, you get so much value for what this community can bring to you. Here we have the general store. They have stuff. It feels so much better in here than outside. They have so much stuff here that you can purchase. When they do events, they sometimes use this room in here. I've been in here for when they do realtor events, which are nice. They do their board meetings in here. There's a party room in there. So lots of times in Florida, what you can do is you could rent these rooms out for birthday parties, and basically you have access right to the pool. So one of the benefits of moving to Florida is you have access to places such as that.
It's the real estate guy.
That's me.
Hey,
Nice to see you. As you can see, lots of people in the area know exactly who I am. So here is the golf cart parking I was talking about. So what people do is they leave their house and they park their golf cart here and go right into the clubhouse from here. Here at Arden, one of my favorite builders here is GL Homes. I am here at their model row, and as you can see, we have a whole section of models. They have a total of 9 floor plans, but they only have 6 models on site. Their plan is to have a total of 9, so they're going to have all their models on site, which is unusual. Most builders do not do that. But I think they find that a lot of people, so not everyone is as creative as others, and so it's easier for them to sell homes if people can see what the models look like. So we're going to start off right here, the very first one, which is the Costa, which is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home, and it is a total of 2,400 square feet. So what I find with a lot of the floor plans here in Florida is they are very open concepts. So this is a 2-story home. Downstairs might seem a little small, but for what it is a very open concept. I love the design here. They basically have 3 elevations here at GL and in Arden here, GL Arden. So the farmhouse is like their standard. If you want the other two elevations, you have to pay a little bit more. One is $8,000, one is $5,000, a little bit more on that later. These models are decked out. They come with all the upgrades and whatnot. So when you walk in a GL home, or in most builders actually, you can expect that a lot of this stuff that you see here, like as an example, the television and the what's around it, you can expect that to be an upgrade if you decide to buy this home. One thing I find that's very popular is when you go to these 2-story homes in Florida here, you have a loft area. These are very, very functional areas. They almost operate as a separate family room, like a second family room. If you have kids, they're ideal. Kids can a little play area, a place for them to have their TV, their computers. Also, if they're in school, great place for them to do their homework. Now let's check out the Laguna Model here at Arden. The Laguna Model is similar to the Costa Model in that it's a 2-story plan, and again, nice open space. What I like that they've done here at GL, as you can see out here, they have a beautiful pool in the back. I find it like most of the people that are moving to Florida, a lot of the people that are moving to Florida come from the north, and they expect to see, this is why they moved to Florida. This model here we have is the Newport model. This is one of their more popular models. There's a couple of them. This is one of the more popular ones. It's actually a little bit smaller than the other two. This is 2,268 square feet under air. What I like about this model is look at the dramatic entrance, the beautiful chandeliers that they've put here. So it shows very well. Nice long hallway. As you can see, I'm backing into it. Beautiful kitchen. Again, a nice open concept when it comes to living here. You can see what they've done here is they've done a fire pit. This is actually very popular in Florida. If you don't have a pool, to do a concept like this because we like to enjoy our outdoors. If you don't have a pool, pools can cost a lot of money these days. I'm finding that the builders are quoting somewhere between $70,000 to $80,000 on the lower to average end. So budget accordingly. All right, here's the Coronado. I love the way this house looks on the outside. It's got that coastal, that Florida type of feel. It's actually a little bigger than some of the other models here. We have there's a 4 bedroom, 3 bath, and it's just north of 2,500 square feet under air. One thing I appreciate when it comes to what they're doing these days with the models is the island. The kitchen island is actually quite large. I mean, some of these homes I've seen in new construction, you can actually practically have a Thanksgiving dinner around it. We get a lot of people, at least recently, that are saying, I do not want a formal dining room. So that's one of the trends that I am seeing our clients say, is that they're getting away from the formal dining room and using more of this area, the family room, when it comes to buying and planning their new home here in Florida. So if you're looking for a smaller home, they have it here also at GL. This home here is just a 2 bedroom. We do not see a lot of 2 bedrooms here in Florida. It seems like almost everything starts at 3. This home actually you can convert to a 3 bedroom, but this home is only 1,800 square feet under air. One of the things you might notice, even though this is a smaller home, it is a 1-story home. So what we find, I always tell people that are looking at new construction to take this into account. When you have a 1-story home as opposed to a 2-story home, it's typically going to take up a larger footprint. So your backyard's going to be a little bit smaller when it comes to having a 1-story home because it's more spread out. But this home, as you can tell, doesn't look that much smaller than the other bigger homes because this one is 1-story. So every builder today is different in terms of what they're offering for pools. Some builders are not offering pools. In fact, most are not. It really depends on the time to build. If they can get a pool built in the timeline, they generally will offer it, but in many cases they're not able because the pools are taking longer to build and it sometimes holds up the closing of the actual home itself. So I talked about elevations of homes. So there's the farm, as I mentioned, that is sort of their standard. There's a rustic and there's a coastal elevation. When we talk about elevations, we mean the outside of the home. The farm is standard. The rustic and the coastal are upgrades. One's 5,000, one's 8,000. So not a big deal. I've seen some elevations in other communities that would be something in the order of $30,000. So that's very reasonable. I am told that if you're looking to pick a particular elevation, the rustic is so popular that they're getting ready to perhaps stop doing it. They have what they call a monotony code. In other words, they don't want this house to look too similar to that house, any part of the development. So they don't want homes looking too similar next to each other. So because a lot of people are picking the rustic look right now, they're getting down to where they have to limit it. So if you're looking to buy a home in Arden with GL Homes and you want the rustic, is sort of the time to buy. So here we are in the middle of 2022, and we are seeing some incentives, more incentives on homes than we were seeing previously in the year. You can see here they have a special incentive. They have a decent amount of quick delivery homes. These are homes that they built. They started build. They're called spec homes, speculation homes, and so they're getting ready to be delivered. The soonest one I noticed was in November, which is really quick, and they have some of them that are all the way out through the springtime. So, and the reason why even though they're not like quick delivery is not right this minute, what defines a quick delivery home is anything that's less than their build time, which currently the build time here at GL Homes at Arden is 1 year. The incentive of this $40,000 incentive on quick delivery homes is made up of 2 parts here today. And here we are in the middle of 2022. It is $25,000 for buying the quick delivery homes. They basically lowered the prices of the quick delivery homes by $25,000. And if you use their lender, they will give you an extra $15,000. So that's how they come up with the $40,000. Let's go check out this last home I'm going to go in today. It's called the Ventura. It's a 2,600 square feet. It's a 4-bedroom, and it has the option that you can go up to 5 bedrooms. One thing I find when you walk through the door of a lot of these new construction homes is they have a tendency to have the office literally right off the front. So I just walk through the front door. Here is the office. Where I live, I have the same thing. I love having it this way. I get to see what's going on around my house. Someone's coming to my home. I know what to expect in any event. So as you can see, they keep a very nice open floor plan here. So they have. I'm at the last home that they have built here at GL Homes. They are building 3 more, which basically is right that way. Those 3 homes are under construction. So when there's a complaint, they will have every single of the 9 models to show you in person at their sales site. So within GL Homes, they are going to have 209 models. Not all of them are for sale. They've released them in stages, but they're selling pretty quickly. Their smallest model starts around 1,800 square feet, and they go all the way up to close to 3,000 square feet. So if you're looking for a smaller or a larger homes, they pretty much have a lot of which that you might want to consider when buying a home here in South Florida. Now, in terms of pricing, you could buy a home here. The base price of a home is $600,000. That's roughly the low point here. We're in the middle of 2022. That'll change as they start selling more homes, of course. They go up to $800,000. One of the things I like about what this builder has available is the lots are very reasonable. I've been to some communities where the lots are $250,000. I've been to communities where the lots are $400,000. That's a significant amount of money to pay for a lot of land. Here, they actually have some lots that are $0, and currently today, the most expensive lot is $30,000. Do not expect that to continue for too long, because in time, as demand heightens and they start selling these homes, I would expect that to go up. But needless to say, the lots of land are reasonable here at GL Homes at Arden. Another thing on that point, it's when you go to the builders' websites as a whole, they're only showing you the price for the base price of the home. So don't get misled when you see those prices online. It's not including the options that you probably want to add, and it's not including the land lots. If you have any questions about how that works, we'd love to help you. Reach out to our team. So in terms of the lots they have available today, currently they do not have water lots available here today exactly, but they do expect them to have them in the future. So as I sort of alluded to, they will manage the release of the lots. So expect them to have water lots in the future. If you go down this way, so you can tell there's a lot of construction here. Down that way is the front of the community, and it overlooks one of the lakes. And when it comes to lakes and so forth here at Arden, there are plenty of them. So one of the benefits when it comes to buying a home here in Arden is this is really unique. You have access to a working farm. It's part of your HOA, and not only is the farm beautiful, you get a farm share. So as part of your HOA, once a month, you come down to the farm and pick up your share, your allocation for the month. Now, what they give you is what's in season. During the summer times here in Florida, there really isn't a lot in season. It's way, way too hot. But for most part of the year, there is usually something. They also have you pick it. So these areas here along the side, when it's in season, you can just basically pick what you want there. They have programs for the kids to grow, and they do programs and to teach them. It's an educational thing about how to grow things and what grows there. It's actually quite unique. But one of the benefits, this is the only place I know of in the area that has a working farm that's as elaborate as this, and they have a general store in here as well that's as elaborate as this, and you get to actually take part of the farm home with you each month. So here is the general store here at the working farm. Back through this way, I'll take a quick peek, is where the all the action takes place actually down here. They actually have events here at the farm too. That's the other great thing about this. They will do events out here in the cooler months when it's not as hot as it is today, and all the residents will come and they'll enjoy this property. But all the fruits, vegetables, and whatnot are all grown out here at the farm at Arden. South Florida, Palm Beach, Arden, the Agro-Hood. Welcome to paradise here in South Florida.